The economic impact so far has been horrific in this area and will continue to be so. This madness has got to stop.
Dozens of Southern Tier superintendents are not happy about Governor Cuomo's proposed budget. Though the governor promised an increase in aid, district leaders are saying the amount of funding isn't nearly enough. Good evening, I'm Renata Steele.
I'm Scott Cook. Thanks for choosing Twin Tiers tonight in high definition. We're going to get to that story in just a minute, but first, we've got some breaking news out of California where it appears police have a serial killer pinned down and shots have been fired and people have been injured. CNN and ABC reporting police have Christopher Dorner pinned down in or near a cabin in Big Bear, California. Law enforcement personnel on the scene are reporting Dorner committed a home invasion and carjacking earlier today. There have been shots fired and there are reports of 2 wounded deputies or officers who have been airlifted out of the area. In fact, this is from about half an hour ago. The media helicopters have been asked to move away because of the gunfire. And as you probably know, Dorner is the alleged disgruntled ex-cop who's accused of shooting and killing at least 1 police officer in the Los Angeles area and suspected in other killings of cops and their family members. So we'll keep you up to date with that on ABC News at World News Tonight at 6:30. All right, getting back to our story, district leaders in the Southern Tier saw some new numbers breaking down the impact of Governor Cuomo's proposed budget for the next school year.
WENY-TV's Tanja Rekhi joins us live with their reaction. Tanja?
Renata and Scott, the big question at the meeting is it possible for schools to cut enough programs and staff to decrease their budget?
If you ran a business and the state promised to support you over 5 years and the money never arrived, wouldn't you be a little ticked off?
Dr. Rick Timms of the statewide School Finance Consortium compared school districts to businesses. Businesses with lots of workers who aren't happy with the way the state's been treating them.
Thousands and thousands of employees, and we're actually about ready to jettison them onto the streets.
Districts in the Southern Tier have made cut after cut, and Governor Cuomo's 3% increase isn't nearly what these superintendents expected.
Because what happens is they've reduced it so much now, the 3% looks like it's an increase. It's just simply a reduction of their cuts.
When I look at my own district and think that we should be $25 million ahead of where we currently are in terms of state aid, think about all the things that we wouldn't have to do and the services that kids would have.
Dr. Tim says the nearly 70-page aid formula is supposed to distribute money to school districts based on poverty needs and the types of students, but he thinks the distribution is more about politics.
The basic formula for state aid to schools has got to be revamped. It's got to be made more equitable, and the amount of funding be sufficient to keep these districts afloat.
Elmira Heights Superintendent Mary Beth Fiore was shocked to see statistics in the report that show, based on last year's aid increase, it would take 48 years for her district to be fully funded.
So I'm going to get a big button made that says 48.
For the details on today's presentation, click on the link to this story at our website. Live in the studio, Tanja Rekhi, WENY-TV News.